Hello viewers of Kritika's Vision, welcome to yet another episode of lecture series of civics. Today we will do the jurisdictions and functions of Supreme Court. Now first let us examine what is the meaning of the word jurisdiction. Now jurisdiction is that power of the court of law that gives its right to give judgment, to interpret law and to settle the dispute. Now the Supreme Court has an extensive jurisdiction both in original and appellate form, that is original cases also goes to Supreme Court as well as cases via appeal goes to them. So it also gives advisory jurisdiction and it's also the final interpreter of the constitution. So one by one we will deal with them. In this lecture series we will be doing the original jurisdiction of Supreme Court. Now the original jurisdiction extends to those cases which Supreme Court has authority to hear and decide in the first instance. So for example, whenever there is a case regarding dispute between Government of India and one or more states, or dispute between two or more states, or a dispute between union and any state on one side and other state on the other side. Now, regarding all the above cases that we just cited, Supreme Court has exclusive jurisdiction. In other words, these disputes cannot be heard or decided by any other court of law of our country. Next is one more kind of cases that Supreme Court entertains suits for the enforcement of fundamental rights. Also for this the Supreme Court issues writs. Yes, the writs which are written document which forces a public office or a high court or a subordinate court to do something or not to do something. Okay, so it's a written document. Now this jurisdiction is not exclusive because high court also entertains the cases regarding the fundamental rights and the issue of writs. So this kind of cases under original jurisdiction, the Supreme Court shares with the High Court. Now, original jurisdiction extend to all the other cases which is regard to interpretation of the constitution. Yes, the constitution being the very important document of our country, fundamental law of land, it is such a lengthy book and so many laws, so many amendments, so many things are written in that we normal people cannot interpret it. So we have the Supreme Court as the interpreter and the sole guardian of the constitution. So whatever cases regarding the interpretation of the constitution is involved with, the Supreme Court deals with those cases. Okay, so in this episode we have done the original jurisdiction of Supreme Court, which is very important, and in where the Supreme Court has exclusive rights to deal with those cases and no other subordinate case has that right. So kindly stay tuned to Kritika's Vision. Thank you.